I 100% agree with you, Stephen A. It's simple for me. Y'all know how I approach this. Matthew Dellavedova got $50 million. Tristan Thompson got $80 million. We looked at the big center that they had left and got a 30 or $50 million contract as well. LeBron has ultimately made guys' career that would have just been journeymen in the NFL. I mean, in the NBA. When you asking this question, there is a seriousness about this question. I get it, what Pat Mahomes is doing, and I agree with you. It's some of the best stuff that I've ever seen in this generation of football. But the overall arching guy in sports is LeBron James.
Except the question was the MVP. So if you're talking about economic engine, it's clearly LeBron.
No, I'm talking about the game.
If you're talking about Lifetime Achievement Award, it's clearly LeBron.
I'm talking about the game. The game is what I'm talking about. When you look at what LeBron is doing for the Lakers this year, when you look at what LeBron was doing before he was injured last year, 27-7-7 in the NBA at that age, and how he was carrying a team. Obviously, we know you need pieces in the NBA to have success because everybody else is doing the same thing. There is no player in sports that lifts guys better than LeBron James does. And when you say most valuable, to me, what most valuable means is how valuable not only are you and your talent and what you're doing, but how valuable do you make the guys around you.
In that case, since the Lakers also have an excellent roster, especially the second bananas, Anthony Davis, that's an embarrassment of riches.
He hasn't been playing the last few games.
Okay, but he's on the team and he's having a great season. Is LeBron James the reigning MVP? No. Is he the reigning Finals MVP? No. Will he win MVP this year? Debatable. I would guess no. Will he win Finals MVP this year? I don't think he's getting to the Finals. I think Kawhi is going to knock him out again. If you're not the MVP of your own sport, basketball, a player like LeBron or Jordan or Kobe or Shaq or someone like that in their prime, Tim Duncan, they're going to have more influence even than a quarterback. Like, it's just the nature of the game. There are fewer pieces on the floor at any one time. I get that. And you're right, the brand NFL, even when Scabs play, it only goes down 15%, 20%, some 30% even. LeBron is a bigger economic force than Mahomes. But if we're talking about the MVP of sports, in a sport where it's harder to distance yourself from the pack than it is in basketball, we've seen players reign over the rest of the league.
Now we got a 5-game win streak on the line as the Pacers are taking on the Nuggets here. And Big Honey was in full effect. He got his, as he often does, second quarter. It is the dad bod god. Head fake to the rim. 30 points. Jamal Murray, bench mob, digging it. Nuggets had a 4-point lead. Malcolm Brogdon to Miles Turner. Torrey Craig blocking that. And then Craig back the other way. You got to reward the big fella. Craig finishing. One of 4 dimes for Jokic, sure, but it's Craig who had 8 points and 3 blocks, including on a guy who's a little bit larger than he is. Miles Turner and Michael Malone, your head coach of the Nuggets, loving it. 6-point lead at the break. But in the fourth quarter, Domantas Sabonis and Doug McDermott were sort of a 2-man show. It's a triple for McDermott. Pacers lead by 1. Michael Malone said McDermott killed us. Sabonis killed us. They pushed us around. Sabonis, 22 points in his first career triple-double, 15 boards, 10 dimes. And then Sabonis to Doug McBuckets again. He'll be your Doug. 24 for him off the bench to lead the Pacers in scoring. He was 6 of 7 from distance, and then he got 22 from Malcolm Brogdon just because. Sometimes it's the just because things that are the most special. 115-107, Indy taking care of Denver.
Spurs coming off a loss to the Hawks, in which Greg Popovich said his team's play should have had fans asking for a refund. Now hosting the Heat, and it was close. Early in the fourth, Heat down 2. Bam Adebayo, the miss. Watch Derek Jones Jr.
Oh, my.
Absolutely zero regard for the life of young poor Jakob Poeltl. And they went to get the rebound, and they forgot all about Jones Jr. Game tied at 86. DeMar DeRozan kicks it to Marco Bellinelli. He's going to hit the 3. Spurs now up 7. Back to a 5-point game. Jimmy Butler drives to the rim. Foul is going to get called, plus a goaltend on the continuation, giving Butler an and one and the chance to make it a 2-point game. But Popovich, no, I'm not going to challenge that, except for wait. Becky Hammond comes in and was like, no, you need to challenge this, sir. Take a look at it. So they do, and upon further review, look at DeRozan. Look at what happens. DeRozan is going to foul Butler well before the shot. So the officials rule that the foul occurred on the floor, and they take 2 points off the board from Miami. 21 seconds left. Spurs up 3. Derek White misses. The Heat get out. Duncan Robinson was like, it was a big moment, and I wanted to make the shot. I'm disappointed in myself because he didn't make the shot. No good. And that is how the Spurs carry this one away. 107-102 Spurs.
Adrian Wojnarowski joins me now because we're exactly 20 days away from the trade deadline, and Woj players like Kevin Love, Andre Iguodala, Andre Drummond, we've heard the names floated out there, but no movement yet. What are you hearing?
You know, I think in all three of the names you just mentioned there, Iguodala, Love, Andre Drummond, you know, teams want good first-round picks for these players. And there aren't a lot of them plentiful, especially among some contenders, you know, who put first-round picks in the future out in trades. So I think as we get closer to the trade deadline, you know, I think that's going to be a big game of the cat and mouse between the buyers and the sellers. How good of a draft pick can they get for players like that? Because there's no one in this marketplace who's available who you're going to get a good young player and a first rounder for, one or the other.
February 6th, 3 o'clock Eastern time is the trade deadline. So those are players. What about a specific team maybe we should keep an eye on, Woj?
You know, Sage, Toronto's a really interesting team to me here at the trade deadline. You know, before the season, people thought they might be sellers. Marcus Gasol, Serge Ibaka are free agents this summer, and they are behaving just the opposite. They're only 2.5 games out of second place in the East. Pascal Siakam has become a star in the league. And Toronto is a team that is out there in the marketplace trying to add talent, trying to improve to that core that went to the NBA Finals and won a championship last year with Kawhi Leonard.
It's one of the better stories in the NBA this season, what they've done without Kawhi in that Eastern Conference. All right, you've reported extensively, Woj, on the NBA considering dramatic changes to the regular season schedule, the playoff format, and then maybe an in-season 30-team tournament. I know you got news for us today. Take us through it.
Sage, the NBA put off an April vote of the Board of Governors that would have essentially, you know, put to the 30 teams whether they were ready to vote on this and try to implement these changes for 2021-22. The league wants to continue talking with teams, television partners, the Players Association, you know, to try to find some more common ground. There is still a goal for that 2021-22 season, but we will not have an April vote on it.
Okay. All right, Adrian Wojnarowski with the latest on, by the way, another very busy Friday night here on ESPN in the association.
The Battle of the James. Not really, I made that up. LeBron James and James Harden, both players set the tone for their team to win. But guess what? They've teamed up with other power players, such as AD for Bron and Westbrook for Harden. And guess what? That's also changed the landscape in the West. So when the teams meet for the very first time this season, that is tomorrow night, AD should play. We do not know. We'll be watching. But you could be seeing a preview of the postseason. So let's explore the numbers between the dynamic duos of LeBron and AD with the Lakers and Harden and Westbrook of the Rockets. Our Tim Legler breaks it down.
Both the Lakers and Rockets rely heavily on their dynamic duos.
He knows Westbrook. Westbrook knows Harden.
I think that him and LeBron James are the best duo in basketball.
LeBron James and Anthony Davis are on pace to become just the second set of Lakers teammates since the merger to each average 25 points, joining Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal, who accomplished the feat 3 times. James Harden and Russell Westbrook have combined to average 62 points, on pace to reach a mark no other pair of teammates has touched in over 50 seasons. But how these duos get their points is quite different.
James Harden in the clutch!
And Russell Westbrook really starting to feel it now. James lobs it up, and Davis throws it down.
LeBron has assisted to Davis 113 times, by far the most of any passer-scorer combo. They've excelled at the pick and roll, becoming the most efficient duo in pulling off that particular play.
Oh, Russell Westbrook! Oh, Harden!
Conversely, James Harden and Russell Westbrook often work independently of each other, ranking first and second in points created off isolations per game. They have combined for 590 unassisted field goals, the most of any pair of teammates. But there are often pitfalls to any strong duo. Perhaps missing his fellow superstar, when Davis is on the court without LeBron, the Lakers have struggled, recording a net efficiency that would rank in the bottom 6 in the NBA. Harden and Westbrook have each, at times, been unable to hold on to the basketball. They are on pace to become the first set of teammates to each average 4 turnovers per game since individual turnovers were first tracked in the